Nintendo is famous for their outstanding creativity when it comes to characters, theming, and enemies. But there's one enemy that I think is often overlooked when compared to others it's shared games with. I'm of course talking about that big build waddler that is Cataquack. Now, don't get me wrong. They are one of the most annoying, most frustrating, most rage-inducing enemies that I've come across. But the fact that they've only appeared in a total of 5 mainline Mario games in the last 20 years is a bit diabolical. They may only show up in a few games, but the first one they appear in is one of the best ever.
Super Mario Sunshine! Woohoo!
This tropical paradise, filled with clear blue water, golden sand, and tyrannical jurisdiction, all come together to create, of course, only the most appropriate abode for a duck. Out of the multitude of parks and beaches, the Cataquacks adopt Gelato Beach as their humble stomping grounds. Cataquacks come in red and blue versions, the red being more feisty, damaging Mario if they run into him. However, the blue ones are just chill guys and do no damage. There's also Plungellos, which are basically identical to Cataquacks, but have a parrot beak and plunges for feet. From first appearance, they look just like some misproportioned abominations. But it gets even weirder when you realize they're actually technically related to this guy, and he has Cataquacks as his body. Their main move is similar to a heave-ho, a robot from Mario 64 that flips you up into the air after chasing you if you walk through its line of sight. Interestingly, Mario can't defeat Cataquacks with his own attacks. To do so, he has to use Flood, or we bring out the big man Yoshi, and he can deal with them. Another slightly less optimal strategy is to use a Dune Bug to shoot him to the moon. Gelato Beach has a total of 7 levels, and Cataquacks are present in all of them, but that's not the only place they show up. They also have a rare chance to appear during the level King Boo down below on Sienna Beach. If King Boo rolls 3 question marks on the slot machine, there's a chance he shoots out 2 from his mouth. Continuing on the GameCube, Mario Kart Double Dash is the next appearance of Cataquack on the track Peach Beach, the second course in the Mushroom Cup. Deeply inspired by the design of Sunshine's hub world, Isle Delfino, the town takes us down to the beach where we find the roaming Cataquacks. They even added new purple and green versions. They act the same as the others, but it's cool because it's variation. They target racers once in proximity, just like on Mario Sunshine, and if they run into a player, they flip them up into the air, just like Sunshine as well. But although they seem strong, they're not. Sniping a Cataquack with an item will knock him out for a while. You can also shock them with lightning, but I wouldn't know about that because I'm never that far behind to get the lightning, because I'm so good. We now move on to probably my favorite game of all time, not just because of the nostalgia it brings, or the music, or storytelling, or characters, or level design, or movement, or... Super Mario Galaxy is the next game showcasing Cataquacks. In case you've never played Mario Galaxy, the hub world, the Comet Observatory, has domes that include galaxies within them, and this is the beacon. Collecting grand stars increases its power, which in turn powers more of the observatory, which then opens more domes. The 2 galaxies Cataquacks show up in are Beach Ball Galaxy, based in the kitchen, and Gold Leaf Galaxy, from the engine room. Beach Ball Galaxy is primarily full of penguins at first glance, but by taking this kid's green shell and bringing it over to this chest, you can actually spawn a launch star and shoot over to this waterfall island. Now, if you're a real gamer, Cataquack is technically useless here, but if you can't reach this giant coin, you bring him over here and let him hit you up into it, which will then spawn an ice flower. You then take the ice flower ability and start wall jumping on the waterfalls by freezing the surface. Then, once you're all the way up, you either have one of 2 experiences. The first, you make a path that the Cataquack follows on the first try without walking into the water and you get the star. Or he just keeps walking off the platform or hitting you way too early. The next galaxy, Gold Leaf Galaxy, is a reversal of Honey Hive Galaxy, just with a few changes and also an autumn theme rather than summer. To get to the first one, you gotta walk up this hill and it's ready to hit you up into a sling star, which shoots you over to the other side of the planet. But if you want to be a cool guy, and I mean a cool guy, you can actually just go up this section. You can't run straight up it, but with a professional gaming strategy, you can actually get up without going all the way around. You just jump up it backwards while spinning. These guys are sleeping when you first get here. They shoot you up to another Cataquack, who then shoots you up to a platform on a steep hill. I didn't realize this when I was getting footage for the video, but you're actually supposed to get this bee mushroom, so it makes your life a whole lot easier. So after you get up on the ledge, you follow a path that takes you to the launch star. that sends you to the next group of planetoids. This first one requires you to bring a Cataquack to the picture on this circle, so it can hit you up to a hedge maze where you got to do the same thing again. Then you make it to the end of this wooden M and take the launch star to the final part of the level. On this flower planet, which Cataquacks are technically native to, you bring another Cataquack to this little hill in order to get the B suit. You then make your way onto this Jenga looking tower and over onto the flowers to get the star.
Woohoo!
Moving on to Cataquack's second Mario Kart appearance, Mario Kart Wii. The Shell Cup's Peach Beach is an almost identical remake, almost as if it was directly ported from the last game. Cataquack's appearance isn't as groundbreaking as others, as they're just in the same place doing the same thing as on the GameCube version, but I guess that's to be expected. I went over this in my last video, but when Nintendo Online servers were still running for Mario Kart Wii, they created a tournament mode which gave players the chance to play different missions rather than just races and battles. In Mission 29, you're required to collect 70 coins on Peach Beach while avoiding 4 Cataquacks and using shells to defend yourself. And in Mission 44, you jump around the ocean of Peach Beach on mushrooms from Mushroom Gorge. The last game we're going to talk about in this video is Mario Kart World. Once again, Peach Beach makes its return in a much different style this time, along with Cataquacks making a return also. The Cataquacks are in their usual spot on the beach, just after the first turn, but this version of the track strays from the original design after the first lap, so we're only graced by their appearance once at the start of the race. Is that a bad thing or a good thing? I don't know, you decide. Cataquack is also a playable character and can be unlocked indefinitely by getting hit with the Kamek item and transforming into one. The Kamek item, if you don't know, transforms players into specific characters based on the track they're racing on. And the 2 tracks available for Kamek to turn you into a Cataquack are Peach Beach and Wario Galleon, or Wario Shipyard. Cataquack is a medium weight character, meaning it has average stats, just like all these characters too. There is also a Cataquack sticker you can unlock by completing this mission by collecting 8 blue coins whilst avoiding the Cataquack Stampede. If you saw my last video, I like to do honorable mentions for some things that I don't think need to have a whole part of the video dedicated to, but are still interesting or cool. In Mario Galaxy, at the top of the tower in Seaslide Galaxy is a flag that looks vaguely like a bird with a Cataquack head. In 2020, Nintendo came out with Super Mario 3D All-Stars, which technically includes Mario Galaxy and Mario Sunshine, but they're the exact same games, just higher quality. The arcade Mario Karts GP and GP2 include Cataquacks as background elements in some of the art used, as well as in the background of some tracks too. So, ladies and gentlemen, now you know the history of Cataquack. What will you do with this information? I don't know. And frankly, I don't care. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, and don't forget to sub for more videos like this, and let me know who I should make a video on next. I'll see you later.